What is going on, my YouTube friends? Yeah, buddy. So I'm out here in the garage. I'm trying to map out my fuel lines so that way I know exactly how I'm going to run them and what I'm going to do, or what has to be done. So basically, I was going to run a 10 into a 10, but the gas tank are dash 8. So I am running two dash 8s into a 10, a Y, so that way I can take a 10 into the fuel pump, because I don't want to starve the fuel pump. So there should be more than enough for the fuel pump, so I don't starve it. I don't starve the engine. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to kind of all work out, and should be fun. But I can't really make the hoses and stuff until I get the gas tank in the car. So I'm going to have to put the gas tank in the car and then find out where I'm going to put the return line. And then after I do that, get the return line welded into the tank, then I will start mapping the fuel lines, so I know exactly how I'm going to be running them and exactly how much I need. So hopefully I got enough hose. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to buy another fitting or two, but it is what it is, you know what I mean? So let's turn this around and see what I got going on. So here's the gas tank, the sump. I'm going to be running, like I said, two dash 8s out into the Y. All right, so this will be farther up or around the corner or whatever, wherever I'm going to put it at, so that way I can make the lines when I get ready to. But if I just put 1 8 into a 10, then I'm afraid that I'm going to starve the fuel pump, and we don't want to do that. So I'm putting two dash 8s, which are these, into, and this right here is just for the hose, you know, so I just got this kind of barely in there. But like I said, I'm going to run them to this Y, and then this is a dash 10, which will go to the fuel pump. So that's kind of what I got right now. So I have to run a little bit longer lines and maybe go around the side of the tank. I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to run the lines yet, but this gives you a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do and how I'm mapping things out. So I got this. I run lines from here, and I don't have the steel braided lines. I have the 9-line lines, so that way they'll be a little easier to use for the, you know, bins and whatnot. And I have plenty of clamps to clamp the lines and stuff like that, which I'll show you here in a minute. So let me bring you right back. So this right here is the dash 8 fuel line. I got 5 foot of it, so I might have to buy more, but at first I bought 20 foot, but I'm not going to need 20 foot. Maybe I should have kept the 20 foot. I don't know. We'll see. But this basically is going to be running to the tank, to the Y, and then I have dash 10 to run to the fuel pump and then to the fuel regulator. So, and once I get all that, so I pretty much got that mapped out. So I might have to buy more fuel line, but I doubt it, because it's going to be back by the tank. And the return hose is dash 8 as well, so that shouldn't be a problem. And then this right here is the fuel pump. So dash 10 goes into here. These are my two dash 10s, so I can run a line to them. And one, you know, in and out. So in is the filter side, out is that side. So I can turn this around. It's got a little bracket down here that I can put on this side or that side. So that's not going to make a difference. So those right there are going to go into the fuel pump. And then I got these right here. That's the Y that I'm running the dash 8 to. So I got a plan. I just can't really put everything together until I get the gas tank installed and know that I'm not going to take it back out. And then these right here are to go to the carburetor from the fuel regulator. So like I says, I got a plan. I just got to stick with it. And then there's my dash 6 and my dash 10 line right here. So we'll get that. So set that back over there for now. This is the box of the fuel pump. And then this right here, I think I've already showed you guys this. So these are the lines to go into the fuel regulator and out to dash 6. So I'm gonna have 10 going in, dash 6 going out, and so we got that. So we got pretty much all that there. So we have pretty much all the fittings, except for I need some fittings for the fuel line for dash 10, I think. Now I have to go back over all this stuff. I got it written down in my room, so we're trying to get everything together before I actually get the gas tank installed. So yes, this is what we're working on. And like I says, I'm just trying to map things out, make sure I got everything. So once I start installing this stuff, I'll have everything I need. And this right here should probably go over here with the fuel regulator, because that's what that's for. And packaging. Yeah, I got a mess. That's okay. That's okay. You can live with a mess for a minute. So I just figured that I would show you what I do have going on. But like I says, I was just going to put one dash in there. And then I was talking to a few people, and they're like, yeah, I think maybe you need to put 2 lines in there. That way you're not starving the fuel pump. Because we don't want the fuel pump to overheat and go bad and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? So let me get this turned around. So anywho, that's what we're working on right now. Trying to get the fuel lines kind of mapped a little bit in my head. And so I make sure I got everything. So when I start putting the fuel lines together, which I will video all that when we get ready to start doing that. And there's those headers back there behind me. Yeah, man, aren't those pretty? Oh, yeah, baby. So I'm getting real anxious, and I'm really wanting to get this stuff together because it's time, baby. It's time. And I got another week to work. And then after the following week, they're shutting down the plant, so nobody's going to be working. So it's kind of a good thing. But then again, you know, I make good money when I work the holidays. But this year, they're not working the holidays. So hopefully everything works out for the best for us, and we have plenty of time to work on the Fairmont and get the fuel lines, everything mapped out because of, look at this. I'm ready. I'm ready. Yes, I am. Oh, baby. I am so ready. And there's the trans, and you know, I got the torque converter over there by the fuel lines and stuff, so yeah, we're getting ready to rock and roll. And I know you guys like using fancy oil filters and stuff like that, but I use Motorcraft because they are definitely proven. I'm sorry. I've had problems with Wicks. I've had problems with other ones, but I've never had a problem with Motorcraft. No, sir. So anyhow, let's get this turned around. Yes, you get to look at me again. So I'm just kind of giving you an idea what's going on in Mr. Mach 1's garage. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching. You guys are awesome. And if anybody tells you any different, you tell them come see me and I'll tell them you're awesome. You have a great rest of your day, night, or whatever it is. So I'm just kind of give you a little explanation of what's going on. And pretty soon we'll get stuff, you know, hooked up into the Fairmont. Yeah, buddy. So I got to get somebody to weld that into the tank, which I want to ask my neighbor, see if he can do that for me. And we'll get the moving, baby. But I got to put the tank on there so I can make sure I mark the right spot on the tank where I'm going to put the refuel line. Or the return line, I'm sorry. All right, you guys have a great night, day, whatever time it is you watch this.